We'll take the first question from George Belshaw.
George Belshaw, Metro. Hi, Nick. Well done today. It felt a lot in that first set like it was kind of teetering on a knife edge a bit. You were getting a little bit frustrated. Perhaps in the past, it felt to me, anyway, that might be one of those matches where you lost your way a little bit, and perhaps you're still there.
Sorry, I just sweating.
That's fine. No worries.
Yep.
It might be one of those matches where in the past you might have, gone the wrong way in that tiebreak, lost that tiebreak, and then gone on to lose the match. How important was that tiebreak, and just generally, did you feel perhaps a bit more mature in that match where you kind of kept your head when a few things were going against you, like the foot fault, etc.?
Yeah, massive. The first set was huge. Obviously, I feel like guys these days, especially against me, I reckon he went out there with a game style knowing that if I play my normal game style, I'm going to get crushed. So he played a game style where he didn't even let me get into rallies much. He was serving big on first and second, trying to get the first strike in whenever he could. He was hitting massive off both sides, and there wasn't really much I could do, to be honest. But again, that's what these guys got to do to beat me, I guess, on grass. And he nearly did it. The first set he was playing on, honestly, I couldn't do much more. I was serving well. I thought I was returning well when I got my racket on it. I was playing well I feel like I'm playing well, and he just took the racket out of my hand for a certain period of time. And then obviously I stayed composed in the buster, 5-2 down in the tie break. Could have gone either way, but I've done it so many times before, and I feel like that's where experience, a player like that hasn't played that many Grand Slams, hasn't played that many matches at Grand Slams, hasn't won many matches at Grand Slams. So I kind of just leveled myself. I even prepared myself. I said, if I lose this first set, I'm not doing anything wrong. Mentally, I was I'm just going to continue to go out there, keep serving. I'll get my chance. His level had to dip a little bit. So, look, he's a hell of a player. He really surprised me today, honestly. His level he played some red line tennis that nearly got the job done, so.
Okay, James Gray.
James Gray, iNewspaper. Nick, it was an enjoyable watch. I know is when you play. There are a couple of crowd members who really almost coached you at times. Are you someone who really does enjoy that when someone really does chat? I've not seen it, even at your matches, people talking to you quite that much.
Yeah, I feel like when they come to my matches now, they know who I am. I'm quite lighthearted, and yeah, they know it's a bit of a show, and they just want entertainment at the end of the day. A couple of them screaming out, asking me normal questions about Tottenham Hotspur. It's just it's a bit of it's a bit odd. It's crazy out there. I've got people in the front row literally coaching me, literally telling me, "No, it's all right. Good ball, great return. It'll work next time. Good depth." And I'm dude, what is going on out here? Which is it's good. Obviously the fan base is awesome. But it's just I think the people are just excited to see tennis again at the end of the day. Crowds, seeing Wimbledon, it didn't seem half capacity the crowds that I've played in front, yesterday against Humbert, full, that stadium full, so pretty cool.
Thanks.
Ben?
Ben Rothenberg, New York Times. Nick,
I know who you are, Benjamin.
I know you know, but I wanted to ask you about another player who won while you were playing, who gets compared to you a lot, Alexander Bublic. And I'm curious what you make of him and his whole deal, and if you agree with people who point to similarities between you two, if you think you're different sort of creatures out here in meaningful ways.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player, and the thing I love about him, obviously I see similarities, with game style, but just how he carries himself. He's his own man. He walks around. He doesn't. I know that for a fact he doesn't take shit from anyone. And he's going about his tennis career the way he wants to go about it, and that's good to see. It's good to see players like that, not conforming to what the sport wants you to play like. He beat a hell of a player today. Dimitrov's had so much success here, and he go out there playing the tennis he's playing, which is exciting. He's going to pack out stands, and he won in straight sets. That style of tennis, I'm glad that there's more players like that can prove that style of tennis is high percentage for some people. Him hitting 2 first serves at big moments is high percentage for his game style, not hitting a kick serve and then grinding. So, yeah, we're similar. I feel like I might have the edge on serve. I feel like I've got a better serve, But I mean, he's pretty creative, man. Like, I feel like I'm an old soul on tour, so it's good to see another guy like that, like, kind of take my place, you know, when I do eventually go. So all the tennis world are like, oh, thank God Kyrgios is gone. You're going to have to deal with Bublik now. So that's just how it's going to be.
Why do you think there are so few sort of nonconformist players out there? What do you think it is about the tour life that makes so many people get in this sort of cookie cutter?
Well, I feel like it's the culture of the sport. You know, it's very clean. It's very clean cut. It's like, you know, you get told to play a certain way. I got told to play a certain way. I got told to play like Diego Schwartzman when I was young. You know, cross courts, you know, be disciplined, don't change direction too much. Like, oh, maybe don't hit a big second serve there. No, that's a bad drop shot. Like, it's like, dude, you got guys like Bublic and myself having success on the tour, beating quality players, playing the way we play, and it's entertainment. Like, I think people now, especially myself, like, I don't really care what people think I should play like. I know what I should play like. I feel comfortable and I'm happy the way I play. So I feel like more people are just, he's happy the way he plays. You know, I saw him in the locker room just then, he chucks his Jordans on, he's out, and he's going to rock up tomorrow, and he may lose, but he's happy with the way. He's going out there being himself, playing the right game style, and at the end of the day, he's going to look himself in the mirror and say he's happy. Like, he's happy playing that way. It's good.
Craig?
Nick, I wanted to ask you this the other day when the list was released and never got the opportunity, re the Olympics, that you were on the entry list. What are your thoughts about that, and how much easier has it been this year compared to the last time, and all the fuss was going on with the AOC and Kitty Chiller, etc.? Yeah,
I mean, look, ever since I was a player, I wanted to play in, you know, compete in the Olympics. But look, you know, I've also entered Atlanta as well. So, you know, I'm tossing up my options at the same time. Like, you know, whether or not, you know, I think I've heard some things about the Olympics that are very tough restrictions-wise, like no guests, none of that stuff. So, look, at this moment in time, I'm just trying to get through my matches here. Obviously, physically, I am struggling a lot. You know, after that 5-setter against Humbert and not really playing a match for so long, I've definitely pulled up very sore today. And I thought I was going to struggle physically today, to be honest. So I'm just... Look, I'm not even thinking that far. Obviously, with the outside noise of not having Kitty Chiller telling me that, like, you don't deserve to be there when I was 13 in the world. I mean, I was like, it was laughable. And then, you know, I went back and forth. I was a bit younger back then, and I got a bit personal, and then she was like, nah, Kyrgios is done. But, look, it's good not to have that outside noise now. You know, if I choose to play, it's good that you know, I feel like I'm a part of the group. I'm more embraced now, which is good. And, look, we've got a strong team. We're sending a strong team, so... But as I said, I'm just trying to get through this at the moment. I got a lot on my plate.
Christian Gomez.
Hello, Nick. Congratulations for the victory. In the middle of the game, you said a phrase, something like, make it real grass.
Yep.
Could you explain to us what you felt when playing on that grass? Was it really too bad?
Well, don't get me wrong. These are some of the best grass courts in the world. Let's just make that clear. But every single player would agree that they've completely slowed down the grass. It's not playing like it should be playing. Like, grass courts are meant to be ridiculously fast, reward big servers, players that are going to come in, hit nice volleys. Federer, for instance. And now they've completely slowed down the court, and it's just not, you're not getting as much out of your serve that you should be getting. You know, I'm hitting 136 miles an hour, like, serves that back in the day are unreturnable. And now Mager is lacing return winners off my first serve, and it just shouldn't be happening. But it is what it is. Like, I think they've done it obviously for TV purposes. It's nice to see rallies on the grass. It's nice to see, you know, Djokovic gracing the court with his rallies. But grass court tennis is serve and volley. Like, it's the roots of the tennis game. Tennis grew up on this surface. The grass courts that I played on when I was younger are fast. You get rewarded for hitting flat shots coming forward, and you don't get rewarded as much anymore. It is what it is. I feel like that's just the way of tennis now. You know, all surfaces are kind of playing the similar speeds, when grass and clay should be completely different. You should be having rallies on clay, not rallies on grass courts, and now you're having rallies nearly every point. So, look, I know they're not going to change it, and players are just going to have to adapt, but that's what it is.
Joshua Jones.
Joshua Jones, the son. Nick, before Wimbledon, you'd only played in Australia since the pandemic began in front of a home crowd. So how does it differ being here in London? You seem to be playing with even more pressure off. You seem to be enjoying yourself, more relaxed in the press conferences, etc.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's just been awesome. I feel like the public and the crowds have really embraced me and really enjoyed me being back. I feel like I've got a lot to offer for this tournament, and yeah, I just feel like I don't put as much pressure on myself anymore. You know, and I was, you know, when I was younger, I it was hard to deal with all the criticism that the media gave me, that that everyone gave me. You know, he should be doing this, he should be achieving this, he's not doing this enough. Like, it beat me down to a point of very bad depression. Like, I wasn't even enjoying myself. Like, I wasn't even coming to Wimbledon and enjoying myself. I was not embracing this amazing event. I wasn't, you know, embracing just having another day. Like, now I just enjoy it when I'm out there. You know, I breathe in the fresh air. Like, I don't take anything for granted. So I just feel like I'm comfortable. I'm just enjoying it. Like, it's Wimbledon. Like, people love Wimbledon. Like, I love Wimbledon. I love seeing the crowd, you know, just the smell of it. Like, you know, I just don't put that much pressure on myself anymore. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with not winning Grand Slams. Like, I know that's going to make a lot of people angry. Like, he should be doing this, but I shouldn't though. It's not your life. Like, it's mine. I'm okay with just, you know, enjoying myself, putting on a show. Not everyone can be a Federer. Not everyone can be a Djokovic. These are like once in decade athletes that like inspire millions of people and like are just gods. And I see them as that too. But like you got to have some people I believe that are relatable, that people can, you know, bring other fans to watch, like people that are just normal. And I feel like I'm one of those people. Like, not everyone can be a Federer, not everyone can be a Djokovic, not everyone can be a Nadal. And, you know, I'm Nick Kyrgios. You know who I am.
Okay, we'll take two more questions. Ariel.
Hi, Nick. Ariel Roman from Séptimo Game in Chile. Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
You told us previously that you wanted to entertain the people. You wanted to have some fun, and in that line, you are scheduled to play an exhibition in Santiago in September against 45-year-old former world number one Marcelo Rios. What do you expect from that visit to Santiago, and what are your thoughts on Rios?
Well, obviously, was one of the talented players ever to play the game. You know, I'm super excited. They came to me and they wanted to do a nice exhibition, and I mean, it's awesome to play a legend of the sport in his hometown. I've never been to Chile either, so, you know, I don't know what to expect. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm assuming the stadium is going to be full, and, you know, we're going to put on a show. It's going to be awesome. I think that's one of the last events I'll be doing, and then I'll probably head home. So I'm going to really soak it up. And obviously every time I get this, you know, I'm stepping out on the court with Venus Williams. I'm going to go out and play a match against Marcelo Rios. Like, these are like things that I'm not going to take for granted. You know, at the end of my career, I'm going to look back and say, wow, I was very lucky to have those moments. And I think I've earned that right to go out there and play and make people happy. You know, that's the style of tennis that I play. So.
Okay, last question, Bill Simons.
Hey, Nick, congratulations. Well done. You talked about the culture of our sport. Do you think, I don't know, in some ways, they might be loosened up a little bit to let more personality out? Do you think they contain personalities too much?
I think they still do. I still think tennis especially, you know, locks in these types of players that have so much to give to the sport. You know, it happened for the first 3-4 years of my career. I was crucified for doing anything out of the ordinary, out of the box, talking to the crowd, hitting between my legs, underarm serve. The biggest example is when I hit an underarm serve against Rafa in Acapulco. It was like, disgrace to the game. No, he has no respect for the sport. He's a disgrace. And then you've got guys like Kei Nishikori hitting underarm serves, and it's like, oh, he's so tactically switched on. So it's like, you know, and you got players now that I love watching, like Bublic. You've got Tiafoe. You've got these guys who are not conforming, and they're making the sport awesome. Like, they're making and I feel like tennis has to get behind these players, because once Djokovic, Nadal, Federer all leave, this sport is going to be in dying need of personalities to take that torch. And yes, we've got Medvedevs, Rublevs, Zverevs, but at the same time, you need, they might take the mantle of those three, but then you need, what about the others? Like, you look at any other sport, like, there's like a wide range of players that are marketed. Look at the NBA, they market everyone. Like, tennis needs that. Like, you got so many players that are just going to bring so many. Felix, for instance, like, he has, for me personally, he's going to have such a wide fan base that needs to be tapped into to keep the sport alive. But look, I think they still do, and I think they're embracing it a bit. I think the tennis world is embracing it, and they know that. I think the tour knows that they, have some special people around. They have some special players and some young guys coming up that are just exciting to watch. Like, we've got the potential to grow for sure.
Thank you very much. We'll conclude the press conference there.